that we can talk about in terms of heredity. One is obesity. In obesity, nature and nurture both play an equal role. What I mean to say by this is genetics does play a very big role, but you have grown up with your mother all your adult, like, or your initial life, pre-adult life, and the lifestyle habits she has set for you do carry forward. So they also make the lifestyle habits that you've picked up in your childhood and adolescence also are a factor, contributing factor to obesity. 70% of people who have two copies of a gene called an FTO gene are obese. And there were studies done. So it's seen that the daughters of mothers with normal weight, only 4% of those are obese. Whereas if you see daughters of mothers who are overweight or obese, have 41% chances. Like there are 41% of daughters in overweight mothers who are obese. So eating habits, diets, lifestyle preferences will also determine these factors. Then the second thing is rheumatoid arthritis. You are 50% more likely to get it if your mother has it. In rheumatoid arthritis, you could get painful swellings on all your joints. That generally happens to mothers early in life, does start happening before 50. This is different from osteoarthritis, which is joint pain due to age. Rheumatoid arthritis is an inflammatory condition that happens very early on. And it's more commonly seen in patients that smoke, patients that have large quantities of red meat, which is like to say in India, lamb, mutton, beef and pork, and caffeine, large quantities of caffeine. Then we talk about early onset Alzheimer's. Your risk to get it is up to by 30 to 50% nearly if your mother has had it. And if you do have this, like if your mother has been diagnosed with early Alzheimer's, it's a good idea to keep checking in with your doctor to make sure you start your treatment very, very early. And even if you haven't developed it, even if you don't have the gene, you could still have 3 to 5% chance of developing dementia. Dementia is different from Alzheimer's, occurs slightly later. Healthy weight, a good blood pressure, like a healthy blood pressure and blood cholesterol, all these are preventive against Alzheimer's or different dementia. They are protective, so you could always do these things. Painful periods or dysmenorrhea, there is a genetic variant where there is increased production of pain producing substances in your body. So it's likely that if your mother had it, you could also have it. Then migraines, studies say that there's a 70 to 80% chance that you will suffer from migraines if your mother suffered from migraines. What you could do with this information is identify the triggers that set off your mother's migraine and try avoiding those to prevent yourself from getting a migraine attack. So for instance, cheese, coffee, chocolate, these are things that commonly cause migraines. Lack of sleep, change of weather, you could identify and prevent your migraine attacks using this information. You could develop it post-pregnancy, you could be a carrier of the gene. Post-pregnancy is not necessary, you could develop it at any point in your life. So maybe you are staying away from possible triggers to your migraine. If you don't have absolutely anyone else in the family, then it's possible that your mom's migraine is not genetic, it is due to a combination of risk factors. It's not necessary that the migraines you experience are as severe as your mother's. You could just be having a little headache that you may not be able to identify as a severe migraine, or like a minimal form of the disease, and that's about it for you.
She also has a follow-up, which is that her uncle, who is her mom's brother, has it. So that means her mom has had it and her brother, like the mother's brother, has had it.
Yeah, then it's the higher chances that you carry the gene, but you are lucky enough that you don't have it. Usually just having a balanced lifestyle helps against a migraine. Being very particular about your food, your sleep, getting some workouts helps.
That is a really good question.
Yes, it definitely can happen. So it's a matter of if that gene is expressed in you or not. A lot of muscle diseases and such do, like textbook wise, a lot of these do skip generations. It also again depends on the lifestyle you're following or certain environmental factors that you come into contact with. that could affect the disease coming out in you. Like your mother could always carry the gene, but whether or not it will come to you depends on whether you and your mother and your grandmother were exposed to the same environmental factors. For example, diabetes tends to skip generations. High blood pressure tends to skip generations. It's if the middleman, your parent in your case, has done like proactively, he's taken care of their health or done preventive things, like never had alcohol or never smoked or always exercised every day, reduces risks tremendously.